With Footy SA right here on 9. Cracking start to the SANFL finals yesterday as we launch into our SANFL coverage for Farmers Union Iced Coffee. Remember, it's a Farmers Union Iced Coffee or it's nothing, the pride of South Australia. As we look at the results of both games, the qualifying and the elimination final played yesterday, and some fantastic outcomes here for Norwood, who won by 9 points, and South Adelaide, who beat the Eagles by 20 points in a ripping round of football in the finals.
Caught up with both coaches, Brad Gotch from South Adelaide and Ben Warren from Norwood, and it was really great just to talk to them about how they saw their sides. Both winning coaches yesterday, but you know, there were some interesting parts of this game yesterday, Hutchie. You know, Norwood didn't kick a goal in the last quarter. I think Sturt had 20 more inside 50s, and we're talking about, you know, from second to fourth, it's only percentage that have split those sides. So I think they're gearing up for just a wonderful final series.
They'd be disappointed this Sturt, the 20 more inside 50s. Code kicked just the 3. I say that, but he's been in ripping form. Newton kicked 3 for Norwood, and Chippendale and Webber among the best for Norwood. But as you mentioned, no goals in the last quarter for Norwood, and they led all day though. Sturt never got in front. That was the thing that held them back. Yes,
and as you mentioned there, Michael Newman, he's had a really good month of footy, really spearheading for Norwood, and they've had 3 or 4 really solid contributors. I love you know, the work of Matthew Panos. I love how they've really developed that culture within their club. You know, they had a little small spot through the year where at the start of the year was hard, but they've really come home well.
And that second semi is going to be unbelievable when Port and Norwood run into each other, given Norwood's recent history in the competition. In the elimination final, it was South Adelaide with a 20-point win. They kicked 4 goals in the last quarter and finished strongly. Cross, Brooksby, McLeod among the best for South Adelaide, while the Eagles are sent packing, James.
They have, and you know, Eagles all year have had to battle through. They did well to make the finals. But, you know, you see young players like Brent McLeod, who's just been, you know, a very, very strong contributor. Kicks goals, can work through the games. I like how South Adelaide have just battled in here as well. It's been a great year for them. And got you to be very pleased at yesterday's result.
Yeah, they need to win a final. There's no doubt about that coming in. They do have a big one against Sturt next week, who, again, Sturt were good yesterday, but just couldn't get it done. So they go in with some pressure on that game. There's the outcomes of both games. Norwood by 9 points. It was a tightly held game. 1 goal, 2 to 2 points in the last quarter. Sturt with a better team in the last quarter, but couldn't get over the line. And South Adelaide, 20-point win. They always seemed in control. 10 points at half-time and 9 at three-quarter time. This is the week 2 of the finals. Port Adelaide at home to Norwood will be an absolute beauty in the second semi. And Sturt in week 1 have got South Adelaide that should read, so that will be a massive game.
How's the former Sturt? They were back-to-back wooden spooners in 11 and 12. Seamus Maloney's done a wonderful job with that club, and, you know, for them to come back the way they have and even, you know, finish third, it's a good story. And
speaking of which, our Farmers Union Iced Coffee medal is really hotting up. We're down to the business end. Of course, it rewards the player who's hard-working, determined, and has the win-at-all-cost attitude. And this week's nominee is a player you know too well.
Matthew Panos?
Yep.
Yeah, look, I think he's had a wonderful year. He's set himself up for potentially a return to AFL footy. Love to see that. Played a lot of the roles this year in the midfield. I don't think people saw him as a midfielder. I think it's a credit to Norwood and Ben Warren to move him up into that role. He's gone from being a two-dimensional player to having now 3 or 4 different bows to the string, and he's really flying there, Hutchie.
And the nominees, we go all the way back to Symes and Wonky, who played yesterday and kicked 3. You look at some of those names down the page with Hanson and Jarrod from the Eagles, some of the kids towards the end, including Stretch and also Durden, and now Panos from Norwood, who will be a contender. It's wide open, this. $5 grand up for grabs in the Farmers Union Iced Coffee medal. Our team will vote for the player who is hard-working, determined, has a win-at-all-cost attitude. Remember, it's a Farmers Union Iced Coffee or it's nothing. Look forward to your thoughts and many others in the coming weeks. All the local footy up next right here on Footy SA.